Welcome everybody to another episode of Experimenting with Kenny over here at the Customizer Depot Studios. And thank you very much for coming and hanging out. I totally appreciate it. Today I have the Solar Color Dust White to Gold pigment, and it's pigment that changes color in sunlight. This particular bag is 10 grams, so it is their bigger bag. The smaller bags are usually their sample bags. So let's get into this. For this project, what I'm gonna need is a little 1 ounce jar to put the pigment and mix it with some Angelus neutral acrylic leather paint that's gonna be mixed with the pigment. I'm gonna mix it up in that 1 ounce jar, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then put it into I'm gonna use my Grex XGI, and I'm going to spray this on these Jordans over here. So these are the all whites with the yellow accents on the sole. So what I'm going to be doing is basically just making a gold shoe. It's so as soon as I take these into the sun, I just wanna turn them gold. That's what I want. So let's just give you guys some small info. That's the instructions on how to do this. So you want to mix 1 gram to 1 fluid ounce of clear base and apply over a white surface. Direct sunlight or UV backlight works best for color change. Constant exposure to the sun can eventually burn the pigment, damaging the color change effect. So I guess that's their disclaimer on letting you know what the deal is for their products. And if you guys have any questions, please be sure to hit us up or be sure to contact them over at solarcolordust.com. They're very knowledgeable on the products that they have and that they sell, and they have really cool stuff that they do offer. Like, we're doing a couple of reviews for them, so definitely stay tuned for all of those. I know that we did a couple already, but we're just doing every single thing that they sent us in the care package and then a little bit more. So these are all honest reviews, and that's the reason why we're trying to do them, is so that way you guys get to see what it looks like coming straight out of the box, as opposed to, you know, like the end result. Like, I'm never a fan of the end result because I never know what's really gonna happen and how, you know, like how stuff happens. So I want to learn how to do it, and I want to show you guys how I learned how to do it, and or whatever my trial and error is in that particular moment. And I'll see what I did wrong, so that way I don't make the same mistake again. So now that we're getting into it, I'm gonna take the laces off because I don't want to paint the laces. And now I'm going to use Angela's leather prepare and deglazer, so I can take the factory finish off of the sneaker. Now, these are older sneakers. They have been worn. They don't look terrible, but they don't look brand new. So what I'm going to be doing is even then, like in retrospect, after doing this shoe, I definitely should have gave it at least 1 coat white. Like, because again, this is just experimenting. Like, I've never experimented with these pigments like this before, especially on a shoe. I did them on a couple of different textiles on the previous ones, but those were also the triple thermal dust, so they're a little bit different, but they are pigment paints nonetheless. They're pigment colors. So I'm actually going to start with the tape job now and then get everything situated. But again, like I said, in retrospect, I think I should have gave it a 1 pass with a white, since they were old. Now, if these were brand new Jordans, I don't think I would have had an issue, or I know I wouldn't have had an issue, because they're brand new. Like, there's no creases, there's no nothing. So there's just like, I feel like I ate a little bit too much of the finish off, and I started going into the actual leather. So like, that's why I feel like I also should have gave it 1 pass with that white. So again, this is why I'm doing these little test phases, so that I can understand what's happening as well, as opposed to just doing them on a like a $200 pair of sneakers, and then I'm gonna mess those up, and then it's gonna be a terrible job all around, which is exactly what I wanted to avoid, and why I'm testing these out on a used beater pair of Jordans. So let's get back into it. I'm just gonna finish the tape job. I'm going to tape everything that I do not want to get painted, and we're just using regular. This type of tape you can find that at hardware stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, or anywhere like that. It's the regular tan tape. So I would go out there. I mean, Amazon has them. I'll probably put some in the description box below, so that way you guys can go check out which one we would use for this project. So definitely go check that out. Now that that's over, you won't see the color going on because it's a clear neutral color. The only time that you'll see it is when you're working on it in the sunlight or under a UV light. Every couple of coats I took these outside because I wanted to make sure that it was going on and I wasn't going crazy. So here it is. I'm just gonna keep working, and then I'm gonna show you guys what the finished product looks like. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go outside. I have the shoe behind me right here, so that way it doesn't hit the sunlight, so that way you guys can see how it reacts in the sun. So here you go. So as you can see, look at that, the color change. Damn. So this is the white to gold pigment. You can see the gradual change in color, and how if it doesn't hit it, it'll lose color, and then it'll go right back to losing color, or to gaining the color once the sun hits it, which is really, really great. See how almost instant that was, getting all of that. That's so cool, man. That's so very cool. Well, I'm glad that I got to test these out on these. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these and you see that shade right there? I'm just going to walk into the shade. I'm just going to put these down right here for a little bit. I'm going to do a quick time lapse right here, so that way you guys can see what just hanging out for a couple of minutes does. Maybe if I take them into... Nah, I'll just leave them right there. I'll just leave them right there for a little bit, so that way you guys can see how the color will you see how that just degrades? Because there's no sunlight hitting it. There's no sunlight hitting it, so then it loses all of that, all of its potency, which is really, really cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right back into the sun, and you'll see it go right back. Look at that. How awesome is that? This is so cool. If you guys want to go pick some up, solarcolordust.com, go check them out. Alright. That matches so perfectly too. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me over at the Customizer Depot Studios for another episode of Experimenting with Kenny. If you guys like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, as well as like and subscribe, so that way you can see other videos like this one, where we'll be experimenting with other different kind of pigments from Solar Color Dust, as well as any other segment that we do have coming up. Please also don't forget to check us out on social media, as well as hit up Solar Color Dust if you guys want to get some pigments. Again, if you guys want to get some that Angelus neutral base, we have the links provided in the section below, so that way you guys can check the links and click them, and so that way if you guys do get Solar Color Dust and any of their pigments, all you have to do is just get a neutral base color for that, and then a neutral base paint for that, and then you can get started on your projects as well. So guys, thanks again for coming and hanging out with us. We totally appreciate it. Thank you again, and have a great day. Keep crafting.